Hello, everyone. Welcome to Diego Knows. I am Diego, and today we're going to talk about what else? Sex and the City, right? The original show from the late 90s, early 2000s, back when the show was good. I'm Diego, and I've watched every single episode of Sex and the City, so I know what I'm talking about here. Now, I am here to give you a straight man's point of view. Okay, I don't BS here. Everything I say here is the truth from my point of view, from what most guys' point of view, most straight guys' point of view, straight guys' point of view. Okay, the biggest problem I had with the show, I was a huge fan of the show. The biggest problem I had was that I didn't like the way that the straight men were being represented. They were basically the butt of every joke. They were always being made fools of, and I didn't like that part. Everything else about the show I liked a lot. I love the writing. I love the characters. I love the situations that they were put in. I love the dialogue. So all that was on par with great. Okay, I loved all that stuff. I just didn't like the way the guys were being treated. Okay, and we weren't really being represented on the show. Okay, the show was written by gay guys, feminists, and lesbians. Okay, so really our voice, the straight guy's voice, wasn't really heard. Now, if you were doing like a gay show, like the L Word or something like that, or Queer as Folk or something, then I could understand that. Okay, but you know they're writing about heterosexual women having heterosexual sex. Okay, so it's straight women having sex with straight men, but the straight men are just not being represented. That was the only really problem I had with the show. Okay, and that's what I'm here to talk about. So I basically decided that I watched that piece of shit Just Like Crap show, and I reviewed all those episodes already. And I decided that I would go back in time and review the show and just look back on the original show from, just to see what the differences are from today and back then. The show was groundbreaking back then. It's like normal now, Yeah, we've had a lot of shit since then. I remember after Sex and the City got canceled, we immediately got Desperate Housewives right after that. So like it started the trend, and now we got all those reality shows, which I don't watch. I don't watch any of that stuff. I like guy stuff, believe it or not. I like superhero movies and action movies and things like that. Sex and the City was just it was an exception of the rule. I watched the show because I was trying to figure out what women were like, because this was like at the time, this was the coolest thing for women, for young women. Every young woman was watching the show, and they were talking about it. So it was in the cultural zeitgeist, and I wanted to be involved with that. I wanted to know, well, what the hell are these girls talking about? Because I'm watching Sopranos, and that's also on HBO, and I love Sopranos, but none of my guy friends are watching this show. But all the girls I know are watching this show. So I might as well check it out and see what it's like. And I got hooked. Okay, so this episode here, we're starting to get into that territory on the show where we're starting to meet some characters here that are going to stick around for a long time. Okay, we're starting to get to know them better. Okay, and now we're starting to leave the whole getting to know someone area that we've been doing for the past season and a half. Where you meet somebody, you fuck them, you get rid of them. Next episode, meet somebody, fuck them, get rid of them. Now we're starting to get into like relationship territory here, okay? Where you're starting to see the same people over and over again, okay? Like these girls are starting to get in, relationships, all right? So, which is a whole different type of show than just going out and fucking a lot of guys every episode, all right? They're still doing that, but now we're starting to see the same faces over and over again. Okay, we're starting to get some characterization for the guys. Okay, which is what I was waiting for. It's what I wanted. Okay, I wanted to see how these guys react to these women. I've already had a season and a half to see what these women are like. I got their personalities now. I know what they're into. I know what they like, what they don't like, what they're into, what they're not into. What they're looking for. I already got all that now. Okay, but I want to know what about the guys that are dating these girls? And not just fucking them once and then never seeing them again. I'm talking about dating them. Every day. How are these guys handling these women? Okay? That's kind of what was kind of getting me invested in the show more than I was before. Because I was about to quit watching the show, and then all of a sudden the last episode happened. So I was like, okay, now I'm invested. Okay? Because what I figured out was they're not just writing the women now. Okay? They're writing the guys too. Like they're putting some thought into the guy characters on the show now. Which they weren't doing that before, but now they are. Okay, so I'm starting to get invested more now, okay? All right, so this episode is from season 2, episode 9. It's called Old Dog, New Dicks. Yeah, isn't that a great title? Okay, so basically, you've got all these beautiful women in New York, okay? And men are always checking them out, okay? Which, yeah, I'm guilty of that as well. Hey, if I see a beautiful woman, I'm going to look, okay? I'm going to look. Now, I'm not going to stand on there and just, like, do all that shit. No, but I'm going to look. I'm going to notice. Damn it, if a woman looks good, she looks good, Shit, I can't help but notice that. When men are visual, okay, we're attracted to what we see. If we see a gorgeous woman, we're going to check her out, Now, if we're leering at her too long or something, that's gonna creep her out. Or so no, I don't advocate that. But yeah, if you look at a girl, there's nothing wrong with looking at a girl. You know, it's kind of how this whole fucking repopulating the planet thing got started. You know, we have to notice the woman first, and if she looks good, we're gonna look. You know. So anyway, Carrie's out with Big, and they're out on a date, and Carrie's getting pissed off. The Big is checking out of the girls. Okay, now there is some gray area here. Okay, you don't, when you're on a date with your girlfriend, you don't want to be checking out other girls, okay? And it's not because you don't want to, okay? You do want to. A guy does want to check out other girls, okay? If he sees a beautiful woman, he wants to look and do a double take maybe, or spend some time on it, you know? Look at it from every angle, but this takes a few seconds to do. And if you're with your girlfriend, she's going to notice those few seconds that you're not spending on her, okay? And she could probably get pissed, okay? So the way I look at it here is like, okay, if I see a beautiful woman, obviously I'm gonna look. Sometimes you can't help but look, okay? She just showed up right in your line of sight, okay? You weren't expecting that, but I wouldn't linger too long on it, and if I'm with my girlfriend, I'm probably gonna go out of my way not to. Like, I won't do a double take when I'm on a date with a girl, okay? It has nothing to do with the fact that I don't wanna look at another woman, I do, okay? It's more of a respect thing. Okay, it's like, okay, if I'm on a date with my girlfriend, I'm gonna respect her. Okay, which means I'm not gonna check out other girls while I'm with her. Okay? Unless they come into my line of sight, uninvited, then I'm gonna respect my girlfriend. Respect the fact that I'm in her presence, that she's in my presence, and I'm not gonna check out other girls. I'm not gonna disrespect her that way. You see what I mean? Unfortunately, not all women see it that way. I can't tell you how many dates I've been on, where I'm doing that, but yet a woman, all she's doing is fucking talking about how fucking hot Ryan Reynolds is, or Jason Momoa, or some other fucker that's on TV or some shit, the guy from fucking Lucifer, whatever, It's like, really, I don't want to fucking spend 5 minutes talking about that, listening to you talk about how hot another guy is, Because to me, that's disrespectful. Of course, the women don't see it that way. Oh, it's a test. Are you man? Can you handle it? Huh? You know what? You know what I would love to do once on a date? Because this always happens on new dates, not with a girlfriend, But like if this is your first or second date, this is the shit that always happens. Okay, you know what I would like to do once on a fucking first date? I would love to talk about how fucking hot Morgan Fairchild is. Okay, the first woman I ever fucking fell in love with when I was a little boy. She's an old lady now. Okay, but back in her prime in the 70s and 80s, she's the most beautiful woman in the whole fucking world. She was my number one for most of my life. Okay, and this is before I even hit puberty. I was in love with this woman. And I could talk to you for hours if I wanted to about how hot she is, about what was so special about her, what was so perfect about her, her hair, her eyes, her boobs, her lips, her ass, her voice, everything, I could talk about it for hours, but I'm not going to do that. You know why? Because it's fucking disrespectful, okay? Because the girl that I'm with, my date would probably not like it. She'd probably want me to talk more about her, and not about what turns me on, this woman that fucking turns me on that I'm never going to meet, So I kind of like want the same respect when I'm with a girl, because girls do it to us too. You don't necessarily check out guys, although you do that too. Okay, but if you're on a date with a guy, and it's like your first or second date, and all you're gonna do is talk about how hot fucking Jason Momoa is, fuck you. I don't need to be on this date, especially if I'm fucking paying for it. If you're paying for it, fine. Talk about whoever the fuck you want. I'm just gonna enjoy my meal that you bought me. Okay, but if I'm fucking paying for the date, I want your attention. Okay. And if all you're going to do is talk about how fucking hot Ryan Reynolds is, or whoever the fuck is popular right now, then, I'd rather just not go out on a date with you anymore, So anyway, that's just me. That's just respect. Because I wouldn't do it to you. Just like I wouldn't check out other girls when I'm on a date with you. I'll do that when you're not around. Okay, but anyway. Okay, moving right along. So Carrie gets pissed off about the same stuff that I just said I get pissed off about. She doesn't like the fact that he's checking out the girl, and she tells her girlfriends about it. And Samantha's like, hey, it's genetic, Guys just do that. They just check out other girls, Okay, and Samantha's like, the only thing you can change, because she's talking to Samantha about it, she says you can't really change him, okay? It's in their DNA. They're going to check out other girls. The only thing you really change on a guy is like his wardrobe. It's like his hair and his wardrobe. That's the only thing you can change, okay? Carrie's like, don't. She's like, I don't want perfect. She's like, I just want to make some slight alterations. And Samantha's like, well, just be careful, because if you pull the wrong thread, the whole thing will fall apart. And that's true, okay? You know, I know some women have leeway over what they can do with a guy as far as like manipulating. That's a bad word to use, but like manipulating him into, you know, doing what they want him to do. But it works both ways. And, you know, I think that you can probably introduce your guy into things that he's never experienced. Like I've been in that situation, like where girls have introduced me to like a type of food that I never ate before. Like I was on a date once with this girl and she introduced me to Indian food. You know, I never had Indian food before. I'm fucking Mexican and I grew up in America. I've never had Indian food in my life. And I tried it, you know, because everybody else was eating it, so I tried it. You know what? And it fucking sucks. It's a piece of shit. I probably threw it up immediately. It was disgusting. But the point is that if I hadn't been with her, I never would have tried it. So I wouldn't have known. You know, at least I learned in my youth instead of like being 65 and trying to eat Indian food for the first time and getting sick. Yeah, that would have been worse. So yeah, you know, that's the point. You know, you can introduce someone, but you can't really fundamentally change who they are. Either way. Okay, so Miranda, of course, is dating Steve now, and she's on a different schedule than he works at a bar, like I used to work at a bar. Okay, so he gets off work late. Okay, and she works at her law firm during the day. Okay, so she's got a typical 9 to 5 job, Monday through Friday, and he works on the weekends till like 2 or 3 in the morning. So she tries waiting up for him, but she's always asleep whenever he gets off of work. He's wide awake. He just got off of work, but she's already tired and asleep. And she meets him at the door. She stubs her toe, and he wants to have sex with her. He wants to, do something with her, but she falls asleep because this is not her sleep schedule, and she doesn't like it. It's annoying her. It's annoying her that he has to work a job where he doesn't get off work till fucking 3 in the morning. And she's got to get up at 7. It doesn't work very well. And hey, I've been in that situation before. Like I said, I worked in nightclubs. I bartended for many years. So I know what working those hours is like, and that's the reason, for the most part, this episode got me thinking about like, well, how did I ever date a woman that worked a regular job when I was doing that? And the truth is I didn't. We typically date our own. Okay, bartenders, we typically date other people that are in the industry. Not necessarily in the same place that you work at, although that happens too. But other people that work the same hours. So we're up during the same, so like, in the morning, we have all day to get our shit done. And then at night we go to work, okay? So typically we tend to date people that also work those hours, waitresses, other bartenders, DJs, that kind of thing, so we tend to do that. We tend to date, when you work in that industry, you tend to date people in that industry as well. Okay, not people that work 9 to 5 jobs Monday through Friday. Okay, because they're gonna want to do something Saturday night. And what are you doing on Saturday night? You're working, of course, because that's the busiest night of the week. You see what I mean? So yeah, that's usually how it works out. And I didn't even think about that until I saw this episode. Like, oh yeah, that's right. I never did date someone with a normal job when I was doing that stuff. Okay, so of course, so you can't really match those schedules together, and it pisses her off. She falls asleep. The next day, the alarm wakes up at 7 in the morning. Miranda's got to get up and go to work, but Steve is there cuddling with her. And hey, honestly, man, he wants to do it. He's horny. He's horny. He got up before he did. Okay, and that is so fucking true. I'm a guy. Okay, it's true. Okay, most of us, we want to have sex first thing in the morning. Okay, we know you don't look that great. We know you've been asleep. You got bedhead and no makeup and all that kind of shit. It doesn't fucking matter. We're fucking horny. Okay, we're fucking horny. We want to have fucking sex. Okay, it's true. I can't help it. I can't help it if it's got a mind of its own sometimes, It wants to have sex in the morning because I'm rested now, and I'm fucking horny, and I've had sex and I'm fucking horny, and some women get pissed off at that, because they got to get up, they got to go to work, they got to do their own shit, but hey, I got to get out to work too. So it's more convenient for us to have sex in the morning. I think for guys in general. Now, I never did like a survey or anything, but I think most guys tend to get horny in the morning. Ladies, you probably know this better. I can tell from my experiences, I'm always horny in the morning. I can't help it, But I know a lot of women don't want to have sex in the morning. They want to have sex at night, which is usually at night, like late at night. Usually I'm fucking tired. I've been doing something all day, I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Like, if I go to work all fucking day, and then my girlfriend and I go out to dinner, and then we go to a club afterwards, and we're dancing till 2 in the fucking morning, and by the time we get back home, it's like 3 in the fucking morning, and now she wants to fuck for 2 hours? Shit, I gotta get up. Like, that's not the best time for me to have sex. Okay, I'm fucking tired. As soon as I wake up, though, I'll do it, But, so it's you gotta compromise. You got to compromise. I mean, in this particular, I did have sex with her, I didn't want to, but I did because, I wanted to make her happy. But, it's a compromise. You got to give and take, That's how it works. But of course, Miranda can't see that. All she knows is that, God damn it, it's in the morning. I don't want to fucking have sex right now. I just want to drink my fucking coffee and go to work, This guy's annoying me. This is fucking up my schedule. That's how Miranda sees it. And I get her point. She can be a bitch, but I understand her point of view. I get it. He doesn't work your hours. You don't work his hours. Of course, that's the way it is. Okay, so like the only thing she wants in her that early in the morning is coffee. Okay. Okay. Now Charlotte's our date some new guy named Mike. Okay, and I guess he's a restaurant critic, and they go up to her room to have sex, and she finds out that he's uncircumcised. Yeah, I guess I don't know how that happened, but he's uncircumcised, and she won't touch it. That disgusts her. She thinks it's gross. For an uncircumcised penis to her is gross, disgusting. So she wants nothing to do with it. Okay, and he's kind of aware of that as well. The only thing that she's ever had that's uncut is the original version of Gone with the Wind. So of course, what do these girls do when they come up with a problem like this? They talk to each other about it, okay? So they're all having lunch together and they're talking about it, okay? And it grosses her out. She doesn't want to fucking, she doesn't want to date a Sharpay. You see? She's like, it's like a Sharpay. Yeah, Sharpay, yeah. It's like a Sharpay. She doesn't want one that she can make into her own carrying case. Oh my God, yeah, that's fucking fucked up. Hey, you know what? In Western society, most of us, it's not just a Jewish thing. Most of us in Western society are circumcised. So it is kind of unusual that you find someone, in Western society that's not circumcised. Okay. Of course, Samantha says, "Oh, I love people that are uncircumcised. It means they try harder. I would know. I've had 5 of them. Out of what? Out of infinity." So she's like, "Oh yeah, it's hard outer shell with a creamy filling on the inside." Okay, shut the fuck up, Samantha. Your fucking sex puns are stupid. At least this one is. Okay, so Miranda, of course, thinks it's disgusting. No, don't dare! I've never touched an uncircumcised penis. Whatever. Okay. And like I said, Samantha says the uncut guys try harder. I don't know. Fuck if I know. I'm cut. I'm circumcised. What does it matter? I don't apply to this situation. Okay. So anyway, later on, Carrie has dinner with Big at this nice restaurant. It's kind of dead. There's a few customers in there, but it's kind of dead. And he's still checking out of the girls, so that's still pissing off Carrie. And he actually flirts with the hostess because he's smoking a cigar. He wants to smoke a cigar, and there's a no smoking policy in the restaurant. So the hostess comes in, "Sir, I'm afraid you can't smoke the cigar in here." And he's like, "Well, you know what? If it's not bothering anybody." So, well, it's not that. It's just that, the other patrons here would be offended by the cigar smoke. He's like, "Oh, well, So he goes up there and he talks to all the customers and says, like, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be executed tomorrow, and that's my parole officer over there. Would it be okay if I smoke this cigar?" So he's being really charming. That's actually something I would do. I've done shit like that before. He wants to smoke a cigar. So he talks to everybody. He offers to buy all the customers around a drinks, and he sits down and he smokes a cigar. He's like, "See, no one's offended by it." And so the hostess walks away, like, "Okay, And Carrie's like, "They're not going to tell you to your face they don't like it. They don't like that cigar." And he's like, "Well, good." I love Big. He's awesome. He's got the best retorts. He's just cool. He's Mr. Cool. Big is Mr. I strive to be like Big someday. I still do. Okay, so Carrie's no one's gonna tell you to your face. Big's like, "Good." Okay, Carrie. And Carrie's like, "You're so arrogant." He's like, "I thought that's what you loved about me." It is. He's cool. He's Mr. Smooth. Okay, so she checks out. He checks out yet another girl. Oh, so Carrie's just like, fuck. She's fucking like, "Hey," and then she's like, "I hate that cigar." And he's like, "And you told me to my face too." Now, personally, I don't like cigars because they just stink, and you don't get anything out of them. Like a cigarette. When I used to smoke, I used to get kind of a buzz from a cigarette, but for a cigar, nothing. It just stunk up the place. So I quit smoking cigars. I got nothing out of it. And Big's like, "Oh, and you told me right to my face you didn't like my cigar, And of course, meanwhile, Carrie's fucking with her fucking chain smoking. Okay, so the thesis of this episode is called "Can You Change a Man?" Can you change a man? And so, of course, we do the mandatory POV questions, And this woman says, like, "Well, my husband, he used to obsess about sports. I tried to get his attention. He was always obsessing about sports. So I started fucking his best friend, and now he obsesses about what I'm doing." Yeah, great role model there. Okay, and then another guy, they asked this other guy, like he's like, every girlfriend I've had has wanted to change something about me. Change my job, change my house, change my car, change where I live. And the only thing I ever changed was girlfriends. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. Absolutely. You got to let people, freedom is there for a reason. You got to let people be who they are. Me personally, I've never tried to change anybody. Okay? If there was something about a girl that I did not like and that was a fucking deal breaker, I just left. I was like, no, I'm not going to put up. I'm not going to try to change you into something you're not. You are who you are. You're just not right for me. Boom, and I'll leave. I'm not going to try to fix her. I would never do that. You know why I would never do that? Because I don't want that done to me. I don't want anyone to try to change me. There's things that I like, and that's who I am. This is who I am. This is my personality. This is what I like to do. I like superhero movies. I like working out. I like martial arts. I was in the military, so I know a lot about that. I love true crime. I've read so many books on true crime. I write books too. So like. I'm this big knowledge of pop culture, fucking useless pop culture knowledge. That's who I am. That's the kind of person that I am. And if you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to date me. But I'm not going to change for you. You see what I mean? Because I like who I am. I love who I am. You got to be happy with yourself. There's only one. You only get one shot at life. You got to make the best of it. That's how I look at it. And I would never impose my will onto somebody else. I would never force somebody to do something they don't want to do. That's not freedom. You can't find happiness that way. People got to want to change on their own if they want to change. Now, if I wanted to do something different than who I am, it would be on me to do that. It would be on me to change myself, but not to make somebody change me. No. But anyway, moving right along. So Charlotte wants to fuck Mike, but because of his penis, he's like, I know you don't want to do it, because of my penis, but don't worry, I'm getting it circumcised. I'm going to get it circumcised because, you're not the only woman that's brought this to my attention, and I want to have a normal sex life. So I set up the appointment. I'm going to get circumcised. So now Charlotte's like, oh my God, awesome, great. She tells all her girlfriends about, oh my God, he's going to get circumcised now. Oh my God, we're going to have sex now. Yeah, putting the cradle before the horse. Carrots before the horse, but oh well. That's Charlotte for you. So she's happy and excited. I don't know why. I mean, she could just date another guy. Now he decided on his own that he wanted to change. He wanted to get circumcised. That's a problem for him. Okay, so it has nothing to do with Charlotte. Okay, but Charlotte seems to think for some stupid reason that has something to do with her. Like he's doing it for her, but he's not. He just said, hey, you're not the only woman that's been, kind of freaked out by my uncircumcised penis. So I want to fix it for myself, Try explaining that to Charlotte, though. Okay, so Steve is still fucking Miranda awake. She's not comfortable cuddling. She's tired of doing it in the morning. She's not comfortable doing it in the morning. She doesn't want to get, fuck in the morning, but, she is. Because that's when he's horny and because he wants to do it in the morning, And hey, I get it. I understand points of view. Obviously, I'm on Steve's side because I get horny in the morning too. And I want to have sex too as soon as I wake up. But, she don't. She's not comfortable doing it. So now it's Sunday. It's her day off. So she's like, I got stuff to do. I got to go to the dry cleaners. I got to do this. I got to do that. Blah, blah. I'm not used to just laying down all day on my day off. I got to get shit done. And he's like, well, I want my Sundays free. And Steve's like, well, it doesn't sound like your day off is free. So finally she realized, okay, we'll cuddle just for an hour and a half. That's it. And then I got to go. He's like, okay. So they're cuddling and, well, I guess they end up fucking all day. And he goes to work that night. So she didn't get anything done. Hey, women have done that to me too. Okay? There's days where I've gotten up and I wanted to go to the gym, on my day off, or I want to do other stuff. Go to the store, to do whatever, but I couldn't, but, my girlfriend's there and she just wants to fucking sit in and watch fucking, Forensic Files all day, and she just wants to sit there and watch Forensic Files and have some Italian food and just lay in bed because she's been working for a long time and she just wants to relax the entire day. She don't want to go to the gym with me. She just wants to sit there and watch her fucking Forensic Files. And I'm like, okay, honey, fine, and then we end up spending in bed all fucking day, So I've done that. Women have done that to me too, okay? So it's not like it's one-sided. It's not. But, as long as it's not all the time, because then I would get pissed off too. If it was all the time, I'd get pissed off. Okay, and Miranda should get pissed off at this all the time, you know. But there's got to be some sort of compromise here, you know. She can't be having sex with him every fucking morning because that fucks up her schedule, and she can't be having sex with him every fucking night because that fucks up his schedule, you know. So they got to find some sort of a mutual middle ground here. All right, because of course otherwise she's just gonna blame him for everything, which is what she does. Okay, so the girls, while Steve's at work, the girls all go to a drag queen bingo. Where the fuck is that a real thing? I think they invented it for the show, but I call it drag queen bingo because that's what we called it in the 90s. Drag queen. There was no transgender shit. It was called drag queen. You're a dude, you're dressed like a woman, you're a fucking drag queen. You're not transgendered. You were a drag fucking queen. Drag queen. Okay? That's what she was. Anyway, so they're doing their drag queen bingo. And because Miranda's like, we never do it at night, ever. She's like, the last time I had sex at night, or the last time I had sex during the day was when I was in college. That's only because I didn't have a class until 11 o'clock. You know, so really? Like, she really spent that long not having sex in the morning? Like, I find that hard to believe. You know, but oh well, you know, what do I know? So she's not on board with this whole having sex in the morning shit. Carrie's like, Big has never stayed at my place. He's never spent the night at my apartment. And Miranda's like, I've been in the horizontal position all fucking day. You know, all day. And I missed everything. I didn't get to do anything today. And she's like, why do I have to be the one that changes my routine? Why do I have to be the one that has to change everything for a guy? And Carrie's the same way, you know. She's like, oh yeah, why is it always the woman that has to do the changing for the man? Why is it always the woman? Did you just fucking hear what I said? Quit being a couple of fucking bitches and blaming men for everything in your fucking life, okay? Relationships is about compromise, okay? It's about give and take. You do for me, I do for you. I give to you, you give to me. That's how it works, okay? There's no fucking invisible man forcing you to do what the guy says, okay? Any man that's gonna force you to do it his way is not a real fucking man, okay? So quit blaming all fucking men because you don't know how to handle your own fucking relationship. Why don't you just fucking talk about it? Instead of bitching to your girlfriends about it, why don't you just talk to your boyfriend? Just tell him, hey, listen, you know, I got a problem with this morning thing because of this and this and this, you know? Just do that and come up with a compromise. If you really care about each other, you'll do it. If you keep it in, you're just going to explode someday, you know? And if all you do is talk to your friends about it, but not the people that are actually in your life, like your boyfriend, then all you're going to do is build resentment. You're just going to get angry. We can't fucking read your mind, ladies. You got a problem, you got to tell us. Even that thing with Big, with Carrie and Big, she's all pissed off at Big. Big doesn't know that she doesn't like him looking at other girls yet because she never fucking told him. She's just holding it against him. You know, being like this. God damn, this is what I'm talking about, relationship territory now. We're in relationship territory. Ugh. Okay, yeah, relationships aren't always that great. Okay, so there's that. There's a drag queen there named Brad, I guess, who looks kind of like Samantha. But I guess Samantha dated him a long time ago. He was a hockey player. He's got kids. He's like married and had kids. But he apparently after they broke up, he became a woman or a drag thing or something. I'm surprised fucking Miranda didn't jump on him and get fingered, you know. But then again, what do I know, you know? So anyway, so after this incident happens. Of course, Samantha's like, I'm prettier than him. After this incident happens, Carrie goes to Big's place and she has to wait for him in the lobby for a whole fucking half an hour. Holy shit. How the fuck did she survive that? A whole fucking half an hour waiting for Big. Okay, so Big's late. He shows up. He apologizes to her. She's like, I've been waiting for you for half an hour. He's like, well, you know, you could have waited at the coffee shop around the corner, you know, instead of waiting right here in the lobby, you know, until I got here. You know, I'm sorry, but, you know, but she's still fucking pissed off, you know. She's giving him all sorts of attitude, you know. She's like, hey, you made me wait for you. I hate waiting for you, blah, blah, you know. So she threatens to leave. He calms her, you know, come on, let's come upstairs. Come on, let's not fight, you know. Anyway, so they go upstairs. They don't have sex. Neither one of them wants to have sex that night. So Carrie's just there, you know. And Big, you know, he rolls over accidentally and knocks her off the bed. Okay, I don't know why he doesn't have a bigger bed, you know. But he knocks her off the bed. It was an accident. He just rolled. He was asleep. He rolled over. He didn't realize that she was there. You know, and he knocked her off the bed. And she starts screaming, oh, God! So that wakes him up, and he looks for the light. He turns the light. He says, Carrie, are you okay? And she's like, no, and then she fucking socks him. Oh, socks him in the fucking face. He's like, what the fuck was that? You know, which is exactly what I would have said if that had happened to me. And you know, this is one of the points of realism. Okay, he acts like a guy here. That's exactly what I would have said. Like, what the fuck did you do that for? You know? And she's like, oh, you didn't even know I was in your bed. You knocked my bed because you didn't even notice I was here. You know? So he gets all pissed off. He's like, you want the fucking bed? It's all yours, Sugar Ray. Here, take the fucking bed. It's all fucking yours. What are you going to do next? Break my arm? So he goes off to the couch. He's like, fuck this, dude. I'm not going to fucking stand here and get fucking punched by my girlfriend. So he does the that's honorable. Think about this, ladies. Every time you call Big an asshole, okay, he got up out of his own fucking bed, in his own fucking apartment, and went to his own couch to sleep. And he let his girlfriend sleep in his fucking bed. Okay, remember that the next time you say Big is just a fucking asshole. He let you stay in his fucking bed. He slept on the couch that he bought with his own fucking money. And let you sleep on the bed that he bought with his own fucking money in his own fucking apartment, which I'm sure he owns. Okay. Of course, that never gets brought up. No, Big's an asshole for what he did. Yeah, right, Carrie. Get the fuck out. You're gonna talk to you, punch me, you know? Okay, maybe I wouldn't do that. But yeah, that'd be kind of a shitty thing to do. But anyway, you get the point. So she decides to go to the couch where he's on, and now she tells him the truth. Okay, and this is what we're waiting for, ladies. We are not mind readers. Okay, we need you to do what Carrie does here. Okay, a lot of the resentment that she has towards Big about the cigar, about the fucking checking out other girls, about being late to see her, you know, all this kind of stuff. This has all been building up inside of her, and the reason she's all pissed off about it, and she's doing it in a passive aggressive way. She's showing Big how much she's displeased with him. You know, he's just trying to keep the cool. You know, that's why he's not overreacting to it, but she is. She's just building resentment upon resentment, and she's taking it out on Big because she won't tell him what's bothering her. Okay, ladies, you got to tell us what's bothering. We can't read your fucking mind. You got to tell us what's bothering you. Otherwise, we're not going to know. Okay? We're not going to know until you fucking blow up, and by then it's too late. So she tells him. She's like, listen. She's like, hey, you know, she brings him a bag of ice for his eye. She's like, you know, it's not about the cigar. And he's like, well, it never is. You know, she's not pissed off about the cigar. He's like, I know you're not pissed off about the cigar. So what are you pissed off about? And she's like, you know what? She's like, I hate the fact that you look at other women. I hate that I don't have a key to your apartment. You know, you never ever spend any nights over at my place. And you can't make space for me in your own bed. It's not your fault because I never said it. I could kiss you right now, Carrie. Why is this so hard, ladies? Why is this so hard to do? She says, I feel like I'm back in your life and nothing has changed since last time. And I know I can't change men, and I know I can't change a man like you, but I need something to change just a little bit for me. Hey, these are all valid points. And if she had said this to me, you know, I probably, maybe not in that situation because, you know, I'm tired and I just got punched in the face, you know, and I'm probably angry about it. But later on, this would definitely be something I'd want to talk about. I'd want to get this straightened out, you know. I wouldn't want her to leave feeling that way. Because, see, now I know what the problem is. Because she told me what the problem is. Now I know what I can work on, you see. But if she doesn't tell me, I'm not going to know. You see what I mean? That's why it's so important, you know, to communicate. You got to tell your boyfriend. You got to tell him what's going on because he can't read your fucking mind. Half of the problems on this show that I've seen between relations between men and women, the problems are the woman doesn't tell him. She tells her girlfriends, but she doesn't tell him. You know, how's he supposed to know? We don't got powers, ladies. We can't read your fucking mind any more than you can read ours. You know, you got to tell us what the problem is sometimes. You do. Oh, well. And Big's like, you know, violence is not the answer. And then she's like, yeah, I know it's not. And I'm going to leave now. But you know what? There's probably things about me. You know, he's like, I'm not falling for that. I'm not falling for that. He's right. He's a smart guy. This guy knows his shit. He knows his shit. Okay, exactly. I'm not, and I wouldn't fall for that either. You know? Not at this moment. I'd probably talk about that some other time. Okay. So anyway, so she ends up leaving. Miranda tries to seduce Steve when he gets home from work at 2 a.m. But because she's been drinking coffee, she's awake, but he's tired. He falls asleep. Miranda gets pissed off. Get the fuck out of here, blah blah. You know, I had a window and you missed it. And he's like, you got a window for sex? Yeah, and you missed it. I'm a lawyer. He's like, okay. Well, next time you have a doorway or a bigger window, or whatever, you give me a call. So she leaves. So he leaves. You know, he's like, you know, I'm used to dealing. She's like, she says, I'm a lawyer. I'm used to dealing with facts. You know. And he's like, well, I'm a bartender. I'm used to dealing with people with neurosis. So he leaves. Okay, so meanwhile, Charlotte and Mike, they're about to have sex because I got you guys circumcision. They have sex. It's great. She wants to go out again. He's like, no, I don't want to. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, hey, well, this isn't a serious thing. I don't want us to be a thing. I just wanted us to have sex. I'm not looking for a girlfriend. In fact, now that I got a new penis, I kind of want to like try it out. And I want to walk it around the block. You know, I want to fuck other women. What? He's like, yeah, I think I want to fuck other women. Yeah. He didn't say it like that. Okay. But bullshit flag right there. Okay. No guy would ever say that. Okay. Even if it was true, which it is true, that's what he wants to do. But still, if that was my situation, if I had a new penis and I wanted to put it around, I wouldn't tell her that. Not in bed. Not when we were naked. Not after we just had sex. You know, I would never tell her that. I would at least respect her, you know, and be like, hey, you know, I think I'll give you a call maybe as far as us going out again. You know, I'll call you and let you know, but I can't promise anything right now. That's what I would do. Then I would leave and I would fuck other women. You see what I mean? That's how a normal guy would handle it. He wouldn't just tell her right there, you know what? We're here in bed. We just had sex with my new penis. And you know what? I think I want to fuck other girls. Huh? I think that's what I'm going to do. No, that's bullshit. No guy would ever do that. Okay. So Big comes to visit Carrie. He's got the black eye. And she's like, well, look at that. He's like, no, you look at it. I've already seen it. And then he walks around. And he's like, you know what? He's like, maybe you need a key to know how crazy I am about you. You know, but I've given out like 5 keys in my life. And I've never gotten any of them back. You know, and I hog my bed. But you know what? I hog my bed because it's mine. And because I like it. And I also know that I like you in it. You know, by the way, I hate oranges. They're sticky. They get on the bed and the bed stinks after you eat them. So you got to get rid of the oranges. She's like, well, we might have to sleep on that. He's like, okay. He's like, okay, I guess I'm spending the night. So he spends the night finally at her place. Good for him. Good for them. Good for both of them. Okay, so they're not going to change, but at least they're talking about it. So that's what Carrie says. Okay. Meanwhile, Steve shows that he calls Miranda and says, hey, look outside. And there's a big blue moon, full moon. He's like, hey, I just wanted to show that to you because it's very rare. You know, and she all good and gets romantic. And she's like, okay, well, come up here and see me when you're done. So he comes up there and they end up having sex. And the next day, she's an hour late for work. They have sex at night. And then as soon as he wakes up the next day, they have sex in the morning. Miranda's an hour late for work, but you know what? She doesn't even notice. She doesn't even care. So I guess once in a blue moon, you can't change a man, but once in a blue moon, you can't change a woman. So that was kind of a cool way to end the episode. Anyway, so that was Sex and the City, episode 9, season 2. All right? And I'll be back with you with a review for the next one. And thank you for watching this long.